What's good, YouTube? This is Austin Sweet here, and you're watching The Sweet Life of Dakota and Austin. Welcome back to the channel, guys. And as you guys can see, in front of you, there is a stack of horror and thriller movies. That's right, guys. This is my horror/thriller movie collection update number 2. Now, I thought I'd go ahead and give you guys the update now so I don't have to make like a separate video, because I want to get a movie review in on Monday. So without all that being said, let's get into it. Alright, first film up, we have Angels and Demons. And before I get started, I actually lost one of the movies. I had The Disappearance of Alice Creed in this collection, but I lost it for whatever reason. If that film could have been better in my opinion. But anyways, Angels and Demons, Tom Hanks, the theatrical edition. This came out in 2009. Did it come out in 2009? Yeah, 2009. With this film, I was very disappointed. This film was a direct sequel to The Da Vinci Code. The only difference is I have not seen The Da Vinci Code yet, so if I do, I will watch The Da Vinci Code, then I will give this a rewatch. But other than that, I was very disappointed. Okay, next, we've got Annabelle. This came out in 2015. This is like the direct prequel to The Conjuring. It's talking about like the doll and all that, but the times of the year are different. So I haven't watched this movie yet, so let me know if it's any good. Okay, next we have Audition. This came out in 1999. Really good stuff. This film is definitely the most disturbing horror film I have ever seen. It's talking about a widower who loses his wife and he wants to marry again, but then he meets this woman who has a very creepy past, and everything just goes downhill. Like, you see the guy in a wheelchair, has his tongue and everything cut off, and that's very creepy. As you guys can see, there's the guy laying there. Creepy stuff. Takashi Miike did great with this film. The ending kind of dragged a little bit, but overall, if you can find it, pick this movie up. Great film. I'm surprised they didn't make a sequel to that. It's very surprising. Next up, I got Don't Breathe. This came out in 2016. Very good film. This film creeped the living heck out of me. Mainly for one, it's the jump scares, and two, the acting was just great in this film. A lot of good actors, especially the guy that played in Gettysburg, Stephen Lang. I'm very happy they're making a sequel to this film, because this film was just awesome. A great home invasion flick. If you can find it, definitely pick it up. It's worth getting. Okay, next, got The Green Mile with Tom Hanks. This came out in 1999. I have not finished this film yet, but I will hopefully here soon. It's about a prisoner played by Michael Clark Duncan, and Tom Hanks is basically trying to save him from death and all that. But hopefully I will finish this film. I will finish it, trust me. I don't say I stop in the middle of films and then I just don't continue. I do finish them. I finished a lot of movies, especially this one. Stephen King's It, released in 1990. Definitely, in my opinion, Stephen King's most creepiest film to date. This did get a reboot, but I don't know if the reboot's any good. But yeah, hopefully this was really good. The first hour just shows them as little kids, and then you see Georgie getting his arm bit off by Pennywise and all that. Very creepy stuff. This came out in 1990. Really good movie. I will review this Monday, so get ready for that. Great film. Okay. Next film, Jaws. This came out in 1975. Need to say more. Classic film. In my opinion, this is one of the best shark films ever made. It's talking about basically a great white shark who just basically terrorizes like everyone who dares tries to go to the ocean. And then you got like Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, and Robert Shaw out basically trying to stop this shark. Everything's great about this film. Need I say more? Like I said, classic film. If you can find it, definitely pick it up. Enough said. Okay, next we've got Killer Clowns from Outer Space, released in 1988. This film is more of a comedy than it is a horror film, but I found this to be very, very good. It's just basically talking about a group of killer clowns that come down to Earth, and they have got like popcorn guns, acid pies. Really, really fun movie. I highly recommend this. Alright, next we've got King Kong vs. Godzilla, released in 1991. With this film, I was slightly disappointed. This film was just okay. The fighting wasn't all that good to me, in my opinion. I know I'm getting a lot of flack for it, but this film was just okay. Could have been better. I don't have much to say about that film. Not much. Leatherface, released in 2017. This film got absolutely flagged because they said, "Oh, we didn't need a prequel to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre." Well, too bad, you got one, and this was the payoff. Awesome prequel. You should know how this works. It basically talks about how Leatherface became such a freak in the later films. So definitely start with this film, then watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Great film. Enough said, man. Enough said about that film. I could go on and on all day, but we're just going to stop there and move on to the next movie. Lights Out, released in 2016. Very, very good movie. This actually blew me away just because of the effects and everything about the film. It's basically talking about Rebecca, and her mother has like a creepy past, and anytime the lights would go out, you would see this kind of dark figure appear. Really good movie. Very, very good stuff. If you can find it, definitely well worth picking up. I think it got the Rotten Tomatoes rating. I'm not sure. And this, too, is also getting a sequel. So that's going to be awesome, too. I can't wait to check that out, considering the first one was really good. Excuse me. The Exorcism of Molly Hartley, released in 2015. This is a good exorcism film. In my opinion, this film, I don't see too many people talk about this film as much. They will normally talk about The Exorcism of Emily Rose, The Exorcist, which those are classic films. I understand that. But this film needs to get like more attention. It needs to be out there for like everyone to talk about. Like I even talked about this movie before. This was actually a good film. Very good stuff. Very creepy for what it was. I mean, oh my god. So if you can find it, definitely well worth picking up. Orphan. This was released in 2009. Really good killer kid film. Freaking crazy as heck in the beginning. Like, oh my god. This is talking about a girl named Esther whose family perished in a fire, and then these two parents adopt her, and everything kind of goes downhill. Like, she batters like an orphanage nun, and she put her own brother in the hospital, threatens to kill like the daughter right here. It's crazy stuff. If you can find it, definitely pick it up. It's actually not that hard to find. Good stuff, including a twist at the end too. So, all right, we're almost done. Predator. This came out in 1987. Need I say more? Classic Arnold film. Definitely a must-have in your collection. This is just basically talking about like Arnold and his crew going out, and basically they come face to face with this predator right here. The predator is rarely seen in the film. But when he comes out, holy cow, he makes a huge impact. They've made several sequels to these and a reboot, so I don't know which is better, this or the sequels. I'd have to get them though, so let me know in the comments if they're any good. Get Predator if you haven't already. Great film. Pumpkinhead. This came out in 1988. Very, very underrated creature feature. This was really good. It's talking about I'm trying to find his name in here. Ed Harley. His son actually dies in a accident, and he tries to resurrect him from like the dead. And next thing you know, he resurrects this guy. He resurrects Pumpkinhead. Very, very creepy film. Very dark for what it was. Like, oh my god. As you can see, here's what Pumpkinhead looks like. I'm hoping I'm not freaking you guys out, but this was a good film. I need to get the sequels though, or I don't know if this was like the only good one, but let me know. Definitely find if you can find Pumpkinhead, definitely pick it up. Great film. Underrated. I forgot to mention I got a couple Blu-rays. This is one of them. The first Purge. This is just basically a straight prequel to like how the Purge first came about. Excuse me, and all that. Blumhouse Productions did this. It's just basically showing how the Purge came about. If you can find it, definitely pick it up. This was actually a good film. Might rewatch it. I don't know. Saw 6 unrated director's cut. Haven't even seen it yet. Alright, the next film. Slenderman. This film has been getting... First of all, the film's underrated. Okay? People are like, oh, this film is not that good. People saying it's not scary. You guys need to know something. When Always Watching first came out, it was like the documentary of Slenderman. We never had a full-on movie about Slenderman, okay? Never. Then when they first released this movie, this was just flat nuts, and it was an awesome film at that. Definitely one of my favorite horror films from 2018. You guys can say what you want about this film. You guys can bash it all you want. I really don't care. Great, great film. Definitely get it if you can find it. The Shallows, released in 2016 or 2018. Good film. Very good shark film. It talks about Blake Lively, who's trying to survive on an island. She meets the seagull, and the next thing you know, everything kind of goes downhill for her a little bit, because she actually gets stuck out in the water, which is crazy. So if you can find it, definitely pick it up. It's a lot like Jaws, minus like the drama and all that. Good film. Definitely worth picking up. Alright, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, guys. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, released in 1980. 1980? Yeah, 1980. Need to say more. Classic film. This film is a must-have in your collection. If you don't own this film, you're not a horror movie fan. Like I said, this is a must-have in your collection. It's just basically talking about Jack Nicholson. He's like the caretaker of the Overlook Hotel. And next thing you know, he kind of starts losing his mind a little bit. And, oh, God. I have only watched this once. Good Lord, man. Enough said. Enough said. Great film. Blumhouse's Truth or Dare. This is the unrated director's cut. Released in 2018. Again, this is another underrated film from Blumhouse. I think Blumhouse overall, in my opinion, is underrated. You guys can say what you want about Blumhouse, but I think they've put out some good movies, including this one. I think this and Slenderman are probably their best films, along with the first Purge. The first Purge, Slenderman, and Truth or Dare are my favorite films from Blumhouse. Because, I mean, not a lot of people say that this movie's boring. There's nothing good about this film. But this is just basically talking about a group of friends, and they play a game of Truth or Dare. And next thing you know, it kind of goes downhill a little bit, because you see, like, I never get to see that. The camera quality is so bad. I apologize. Like, there's people smiling, and they're trying to hunt down, like, who started the whole thing. Very suspenseful stuff. Very suspenseful, too. There's that one scene when they're in the hospital, and, oh, Lord. You need to watch this film in order to find out what I'm talking about. Find it if you haven't already. Great film. Enough said. And the last film is Zombieland, released in 2009. This was really good. This is kind of a reverse comedy. Or no, a reverse horror. Yeah. A reverse horror, excuse me. This is more of a reverse horror than it is a straight horror film. But this was really good. It's just basically talking about Jesse Eisenberg playing as Columbus, and he basically gives you like a how-to guide on how to survive the zombie apocalypse. Overall, this was a good film, and it's getting a sequel too. So let's just hope the sequel to Zombieland is as good as the first film. Really, really good film. Highly recommend it. And that'll do it for my updated horror/thriller movie collection, guys. This was the second part. I will be going digging, hopefully here soon, to find more movies. Till then, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, I need you to do 4 things. Hit the like button, leave your comments, and above all else, subscribe. Tap the bell, turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video, and I will see you guys in the next one.